Welcome into another video in my series where I'm going through and testing all the weapons inside of Modern Warfare 3 to see how viable these weapons are for us to be using inside of our Zombies game mode. This is going to include the aftermarket parts, the aftermarket conversion kits, as well as the MW2 weapons. So if you're new around here and you like to see how weapons perform inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies and Call of Duty Zombies content in general, make sure you are subscribed with those bell notifications turned on so you're not going to miss out any future uploads from myself. As well, down below in the description you will find the link for my streams. I stream on Mondays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I stream a ton of custom zombies and other zombie related games. I just generally have a ton of fun over there. I would love to see you guys come and hang out. Now yesterday for MW3 they updated our weekly challenges, and for week 8 we get a blueprint for the FJX Horus, the mutagen. So this is what it looks like. Let me know what you guys think about the blueprint for the FJX Horus in the comments down below. And I managed to unlock that by going in and completing 5 of the weekly challenges needed to unlock the helical reverb animated camo, which I think looks really cool. So we're going to be using that for today's run. And then as well, they unlocked the final DNA strands available for us to collect inside of the Altered Strain event. So you can look forward to the blueprint from that weapon review video coming very shortly. Let me know if you guys have finished the Altered Strain event down below in the comment section. Now today's video is a weapon that I wanted to take a look at, as I haven't touched this one in a while since it was released. And so today we're going to be looking at the BAL-27. We're going to be taking that through all 3 tiers, taking on bounty contracts all the way through to see just how viable this BAL-27 is for us to be using inside of our Zombies games. As when it dropped, this weapon definitely didn't impress me. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't absolutely amazing. So since it's been a little bit since the BAL-27 has been introduced to the game, I thought it was a perfect opportunity to hop back in and see how it performs inside of our Zombies game. So hopefully by the end of today's video, you'll have a good feel for how the BAL-27 performs and whether or not it's a viable weapon for you to be using inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. So without further ado, let's get to the BAL-27 review video today. Welcome into another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, make sure you are subscribed. As we grow and as I reach milestones, it allows me to give back. So the next goal on the channel is 4,000 subscribers, and once we reach that, we will unlock my 3rd Black Ops 6 giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not. Now welcome into today's video. We're going to be taking a look at the BAL-27, taking that through all 3 tiers to see how viable this weapon is for us to be using. Now when I spawn in to do my weapon testing videos, I spawn in and put on my perks with no additions to the weapon to make it any stronger whatsoever. So no pack-a-punch, no tools, and no ammo mods. I do have golden armor plates for today as an extra, and we brought in mags of holding to test with the BAL-27 for later on. So when we spawn in, we grab our first bounty contract of the day, and we're going to be taking this one on white rarity with no ammo mods and no tools to increase the damage output on the BAL-27. Now this weapon was one of my favorite ones. I think it was AW when it came in, was introduced. I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys can remember which Call of Duty the BAL-27 was introduced for. I believe it was AW, but I really enjoyed using this weapon when it came out into Call of Duty. So when they introduced it to MW3, I was super excited to jump in and you know, give this BAL-27 a shot and see how it feels. Now, taking on this bounty contract inside of Tier 1 at white rarity, you know, with no ammo mods, no pack-a-punch, it was definitely a viable option. I was pretty impressed with how strong the BAL-27 was on that first bounty of the day. So knowing that, I was kind of eager to move on through and continue increasing the damage output on this BAL-27 to see, you know, what it's capable of, since it has been a bit since it was introduced to the game. So here I am now heading off to Pack-a-Punch, melee the machine before using the machine or your pap crystals to keep your camo on your gun for the rest of the run, unless of course you're going off to the Dark Ether or the Unstable Rift, as you will lose your camos inside of those areas. So the next thing to do is to grab another bounty inside of Tier 1. This time we're going to be taking it on at white rarity with Pack-a-Punch only, no ammo mods, and no tools. So the only damage output increase to the BAL-27 for our second bounty contract of the day was just visiting Pack-a-Punch. And let me tell you, I was impressed. Look at the damage to the Mimic's health bar when I hit the critical shots. It drops dramatically. I was already impressed by this BAL-27 on our second bounty of the day, taking it on inside of Tier 1, being only pack-a-punched. So we're still white rarity, no tools, no ammo mods, nothing. I was really impressed. And so at this point, I wanted to throw on Legendary and Shatter Blast, and I was impressed with how the BAL-27 had performed. So at this point, I wanted to go straight into Tier 2 and grab myself a bounty contract inside of Tier 2 and see how this weapon would handle being Pack 1 Legendary with Shatter Blast, dealing with a Tier 2 bounty, considering that our last bounty contract we did inside of Tier 1 it really went that extremely well. So I was kind of eager to, you know, jump in. We got a Disciple, which is definitely not one of my favorite bounty contracts to deal with inside of Tier 2. But I do feel like Disciple contracts inside of Tier 2 at Pack 1 Legendary give you all a really good opportunity to see how the weapon performs dealing with, you know, the zombies, the riffraff that can show up when you engage your bounty contracts inside of Tier 2. We are only Pack 1. So how does it handle, you know, the zombies? We have a Disciple, so we have the beefed up health zombies from the Disciple. How does it handle those? Definitely not a problem. I was feeling really confident using the BAL-27, but I dropped my energy mine there to help out. And you can see the critical damage on the Disciple only at Pack 1 inside of Tier 2 is definitely decent amount of damage on that Disciple for critical shots. Definitely a viable option at Pack 1 inside of Tier 2. I feel like Epic inside of Tier 2 at Pack 1 with this BAL-27 is definitely going to be a viable option for you all to be using, but you're going to be needing to use a few more bullets to be able to eliminate things at Epic Pack 1 inside of Tier 2. Now, checked our loot. We got a Pack 1 crystal, which I really didn't need. So the next thing to do was to go off and visit Pack-a-Punch inside of Tier 2 to increase the damage output on this BAL-27 once more to Pack 2 Legendary with Shatter Blast, and then visit a bounty contract inside of Tier 2 to see just how viable this is going to be at Pack 2. Now, there had been a player pleading for help, and unfortunately, I felt bad. No one in the lobby was acknowledging their pleas or coming to go get them up. So I made my way over to make sure we got this player up and back in the game, as it's never fun having to plead and then having nobody come to get you is definitely, it's the worst feeling. I've had that, and it's definitely not something I enjoy at all. So we got the player back up. I wanted to make sure he was good to go. And then it was off to grab ourselves our bounty contract inside of Tier 2 to see how this BAL-27 would perform now that we are double pack on Legendary with Shatter Blast on it. So we grabbed our bounty contract inside of Tier 2. What did we get? We got a Mimic, which was good. So I wanted to go and see how the BAL-27 performs. Here's our Mimic bounty, and you can see we're Pack 2. And you can already see the damage that we're able to do on the critical shots on this Mimic bounty is astronomical. This is definitely going to be something that's viable for us to be using inside of our games. I was really impressed at this point and eager to get into Tier 3, visit the Wonder Fizz machine, grab the rest of our perks, and then see, you know, what is Tier 3 has to offer, how the BAL-27 performs. You saw there was a player pleading for help there, but before I was able to head off and get them up, there was a player in the area that already revived them. So good to see the community helping each other out. Definitely awesome. So the next stop is to the Wonder Fizz machine to grab the rest of our perks before wandering into Tier 3 and seeing what Tier 3 has to offer. Now, inside of Tier 3, when I first get Wonder Fizz, I always book it over to this ritual site here to see if I can replenish my Legendary tool and Path 3 crystal I bring into my runs. But unfortunately, this one was gone, so it was an opportunity to show you guys at Pack 2 Legendary with Shatter Blast how well does the BAL-27 perform in Tier 3 dealing with Tier 3 zombies. You can see the armored zombies definitely take a few more rounds to get rid of, but the standard zombies inside of Tier 3 at Pack 2 on the BAL-27 are not much of an issue at all. And then I was pushing on through, and we got to our second ritual location, and I was super surprised to see that this ritual was available to be had. So I definitely wanted to take full advantage of that, knowing that we are, you know, over about halfway through the match. So there's an opportunity for other players to come into Tier 3 and grab this ritual. So I wanted to make sure I was able to grab this and replenish the Pack 3 crystal and the Legendary tool I brought in with my runs. I really do enjoy that these rituals have been brought into the game. I think it's a really nice addition. I enjoy sometimes, you know, the challenge of trying to get here early enough to be able to grab one of the rituals. I think it's a great addition to Tier 3 to give players more things to do inside of the game. And I'm a big fan of them adding, you know, anything that is more stuff for us to do, stuff to unlock inside of the game. I think is definitely good overall. whether or not you agree with how these operate, or people stealing them, or what have you, I definitely do feel that these rituals inside of Tier 3 was definitely a good addition to the game, in my opinion. So now we push on through. It's time to throw on our PAP 3 crystal that we bring in us with every single run. And then it was time to show you some crowd control with the BAL-27 now at Legendary Shatterblast, and we're at Pack-a-Punch level 3, and you can see the carnage on screen is pretty amazing for a BAL-27 handling crowd control inside of Tier 3. You can see the carnage is definitely real. You can see all the DNA strands from the zombies we're dying that are taken out by the BAL-27. So it's definitely a viable option to handle crowd control inside of Tier 3. 100%. You can see the carnage there. We were able to take out that entire horde with not much of a struggle at all. The BAL-27 is definitely performing really well and a very strong option for us to run inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. So now we've seen crowd control, we've seen how the BAL-27 performs inside of Tier 3 at Pack 2, Legendary with Shatterblast. So now it's time to take on our good friend Zhorde, the Guardian of the Arches, and see how well the BAL-27 handles a Mega Abomination HVT inside of Tier 3. Now this isn't a bounty contract HVT, this is just a standard Mega Abomination inside of Tier 3. But this BAL-27 provided me with enough damage output on this weapon to feel confident enough to engage Zhorde pretty much wherever he was. I didn't really feel the need to take him to cheese spots or anything like that. I did run up here, as the last time I came up here, Zhorde was repeatedly firing up his laser attack at me. So I brought him up here in an effort to try and get him to fire up his laser attack, but Zhorde was not cooperating. I definitely feel like they're communicating and sharing strategies at the Mega Abomination School. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Now we had a Mimic come in here and third party us. We had a whole bunch of other zombies and dogs in the area, and you can see just how strong the BAL-27 performs. We did throw on mags of holding before we started fighting with Zhorde, just in case you guys were wondering where those came from. So we do have mags of holding on there, and you can see the critical damage when Zhorde fires up his laser attack with the BAL-27 is thoroughly impressive. We're able to wipe out the entire riffraff, all of the zombies, the lingering crowd control around Zhorde. We're able to take out Zhorde, the Guardian of the Arches, with the BAL-27 inside of Tier 3 with not much struggle at all. So having done all of this, I was excited to try and grab a bounty contract now inside of Tier 3 and see if we can get ourselves a Mega Abomination bounty contract to see how well the BAL-27 will perform against one of the strongest enemies inside of our games. So we got a bounty, and it was a Mega Abomination, which was awesome to see because that's what I was looking for. So then when the Mega Abomination is in this area, I will typically climb up on top of this gas station and deal with the crowd control first before engaging with my Mega Abomination bounty contract. As when you're got some verticality, your Mega Abomination, as you can see, will repeatedly fire up its laser attack, which allows you to eliminate your bounty contract that much quicker. So this is the strategy I use when I get a Mega Abomination bounty contract in this area by the gas station inside of Tier 3. We'll clear out the crowd control and then engage with the Mega Abomination from the top of the gas station so that he will continually fire the laser attack, which allows me to do the critical damage that's needed to take out the Mega Abominations in a timely manner. So this is definitely an awesome strategy for taking out Mega Abomination bounty contracts inside of Tier 3. And now he's almost done, I moved down to the top of the bus, again keeping the verticality so he'll continue to fire up the laser attack. And there we are, we're able to finish off our Mega Abomination bounty contract inside of Tier 3 with the BAL-27 at Pack 3 Legendary with Shatterblast without much of a struggle. I mean, I really wasn't having much of a difficulty dealing with any of the crowd control, dealing with the Mega Abomination. I was able to dish out consistent, strong damage for critical shots on a Mega Abomination bounty contract. So I wanted to grab another Mega Abomination bounty contract inside of Tier 3 just to kind of show you guys again how viable the BAL-27 is. You can see here at range, it's able to dish out some damage to your Mega Abomination bounty contract for sure. And then, you know, up close and personal when it fires up its laser attack, the Mega Abomination, you can see how much damage that BAL-27 is able to dish out. which is truly awesome. And here we are taking on our other Mega Abomination inside of Tier 3, the Bounty Contract, and you can see I'm having no issues with crowd control, standard HVTs. That Mimic in front of me doesn't have much of a chance. He did manage to grab me, but that didn't affect anything. Then I had to head off and grab ammo and decoy grenades as I ran out, and my Bounty chased me all the way to the ammo cache, and because it was far from where he was originally spawned, he regen some of his health too. So thanks so much for that, Mega Abomination. I really appreciate that. I don't know why he followed me that time. Usually they don't follow. They'll kind of just stay where they're supposed to be, and then you can come back to them after you get ammo. But this Mega Abomination Bounty Contract today was bound and determined to take me out and follow me everywhere I went. So we had to combat that by taking out our Mega Abomination. Finally finished off that Mimic HVT that had been chasing me around, grabbing me and throwing me. Very annoying in the middle of a Mega Abomination bounty fight for sure. Definitely not something I was looking forward to dealing with. Then we had to get away to grab some distance for myself, as there was too much crowd control coming in. So I wanted to come over here and take advantage of getting around the corner before the crowd control to be able to take out some of them before our bounty contract comes around the corner and tries to engage with myself. And here we are, firing some more shots into our Mega Abomination bounty contract. And right here, I thought for sure I was going to go down, but look at the strength of that BAL-27. Got me out of that sticky situation without much of an issue. We managed to finish off the Altered Strain event right there, which is awesome to see. I was super happy about that. And you can look for a review video on the Altered Strain blueprint we got for completing the event in the next couple days here. Very soon I'll be getting that video out to you. And we were able to finish off our Mega Abomination bounty contract right here. We got an HVT in our face. We still finished off the bounty contract in behind it. Now I did notice that that player had pleaded for help and they were inside of Tier 3. So I wanted to make sure I got into my reward rift before I went off and tried to revive the player that was in Tier 3. Like I said, pleading inside of Tier 3 or any tier inside of our Zombies game mode, it sucks, because when you get up, you've got no perks, you've got absolutely nothing, and it can be a real challenge to get on your feet and get out of a dangerous situation, especially when you're in Tier 3. So here we are, through a decoy to make sure I had some room to get our player up, and here we are reviving the player to get them back on their feet inside of Tier 3, and I did manage to grab a couple extra self-revives, so I dropped them one to make sure that they were able to get going, and then helped them clear out some of the ensuing riffraff that was on their way. They had managed to get themselves up and out of Tier 3, which is awesome to see. I got myself off to an exfil with a whole bunch of other players. There was a big crowd of us right here, which is awesome. Awesome to see. I love exfilling with a bunch of other players. Always good times. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Now, like we do at the end of every single video, you will see the build that I used on the BAL-26 or the BAL-26 that I ran for today's video. So let's work together down below in the comments section to make any changes to the weapon build that I used for today's run, so that we all have an amazing build to be using on this BAL-27 inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Now, the camo that we used is from the new Week 8 challenges, and I think it looks really cool. Let me know what you guys think about the camo. It is one that is unlocked after completing 8 weeks of challenges, so I feel like those camos need to be pretty impressive, and this one I feel like kind of fits the bill. That's for the Altered Strain event, the camo right there, which looks pretty cool. It's not animated though, so not a big fan of that one, but this is the one for Week 8. I think it looks really cool. It's the helical reverb, which is what I ran for today, and the BAL-27 blueprint that I was running today, I will show you guys. It is in your BAL-27 blueprint, so if you just head over to your BAL-27 gun in the armory, I was running the Brutal Manners Black Cell. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll catch you guys in the next one.